Hello students, welcome to the next session in our Python series. In the last video we were discussing list in Python. In this session we are going to discuss some operators used with list. Let's start our session. The first operator is the concatenation operator plus. We know that plus is used to add two numbers. But when this plus operator is used with two lists, it yields a concatenated result. That is, it is used to join two or more lists. An example is given here. A list object list1 is having two values red and green in it. In the next statement, list1 equal list1 plus blue. With the existing list1, a new list with a value blue is added. So the resultant list1 will contain red, green and blue. Another example, code 1 is having R, G and B and code 2 Y, M, C. And when we give code 1 plus code 2, all the codes from the first list will be displayed, followed by the codes from the second list, R, G, B, Y, M, C. So the items from the two lists are concatenated together by using this plus operator. Here we use two list object code 1 and code 2. The original list will not change. This operation will produce a new list which is having the values from both the list. If we want to use the result of the concatenated list, we should use an assignment operator like all code equal code 1 plus code 2. So here the concatenated result is stored into another list all code. The all code is a list which contains the values from both the list code 1 and code 2. We have to note that when we use this plus operator, the two operands should be of list type only. If we try to use some other data type, it will generate a type error. For example, list1 equal 1, 2, 3. List1 is a list and str1 is a string variable which contains ABC. When we try to concatenate these two variables, a list and a string, an error will be generated. Type error can only concatenate list, not str to list. So, only two lists can be concatenated. All the operands should be of list type only. So the first operator is the plus operator, concatenation operator. It joins two or more lists. The second operator is the repetition operator star. It replicates a list specified number of times. For example, list 2 equal 10, 20, 30. List 2 into 2 generates a new list which contain the items from list 2 two times. 10, 20 and 30 were the items in the list 2 and the result will be 10, 20, 30 and again 10, 20, 30. If we give list 2 into 3, this items will be replicated 3 times, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30 and again once more 10, 20, 30 will be displayed. So the second operator is the repetition operator. The third operator is membership operator in. This operator checks whether an element is present in a list or not and returns true or false. For example, the list 1 contains 3 colors and if we give green in list 1, this statement checks whether this specified item green is present in list 1 or not. Since green is present in this list 1, it will generate true as a result. And in next statement, cyan in list 1. Since cyan is not present in this list, the output will be false. The operator not in can be used to check whether element is not present in the list. It returns true if the element is not present and otherwise returns false. Example, list 1 equal red, green, blue. Cyan not in list will produce true since cyan is not present in this list 1. And green not in list 1 results to false since green is present in this list 1. So the third operator is in, which is used to check whether a particular item is present in a list or not. The fourth operator is comparison operators less than or equal to, greater than or equal to and not equal to. It is used to compare two lists and returns either true or false. The comparison operators works on list in a different manner. It compares individual elements of the list in a lexicographical order, in the order in which it is stored in dictionary. When comparison operators are used with list, First, the 0th items are compared. Here 1 and 1 will be compared. If they are equal, it goes to the next element. Next 2 and 2 will be compared. Since they are equal, 3 and 3 will be compared. Then 4 and 4 will be compared. Here in this list, all the elements are equal, so it will return true. In the second example, the first two elements are equal, 1 and 2, and the second list also it is 1 and 2. The third element differs. In the first list it is 3 and in the second list it is 5. So these two items will be compared, 3 greater than 5. 3 greater than 5 is false, so it returns false. In a list comparison, the next item will be compared only if the elements are equal. Here, since the third item differs, the comparison stops. 3 less than 5 is false. It will generate a false as result. In the next example, the first element itself differs. 3 and 5. 3 less than or equal to 5 is true, so it will produce true as the result. In the next example, 3 and 4. In the both list, the first two items are equal, and the third item, 7 and 9. So the comparison will work. 7 less than 9 is true, so it returns true. The next example, 3, 4, 9. Both the list contains 3, 4 and 9. The fourth item is 3 and 11. The comparison works here. 3 less than 11 is true, so it returns true. One more example. The first item is 3 in both the list. Next item, 8 less than 1 is false, so it returns false. Another important operator in list is slice operator. This operator is used to extract a part of a list from an existing list. Slicing operation allows us to create a new list by taking out elements from an existing list. The syntax is list name followed by a square bracket, and in the square bracket we have to give a starting index colon ending index. This index can be a positive index or a negative index, and it will return the elements between the indices start to end minus 1. Let us look some examples. A list number is given with 8 values in it. You know that a list is having both positive index and negative index. We can use this positive or negative index while slicing. The first example is number 03. The starting index is 0 and the ending index is 3. So the output will contain the items from 0 to the end index is 3. The slice operator returns end index minus 1. So the output will be from 0 to 2, 12, 56 and 87. 12, 56 and 87 will be the output. Next example, number 4 to 7. The starting index is 4 and the ending index is 7. So the output will contain the items from 4 to 6. The output will be 23, 97 and 56. Next example is number 6 of 2. Here the starting index is less than the ending index, so it will generate an empty list. While using slice operator, the starting index should be less than the ending index, otherwise it will return an empty list. Next example, number 5 to 12. The starting index is 5 and the ending index is 12. There is no index like 12, so it will generate up to the end of the list. The output will be 97, 56 and 27. Next example, number of minus 6 to minus 1. Here negative indexing is used, so the output will be from minus 6 to minus 1. The end index will not be displayed. The output will be from 87 to 56. The numbers from 87 to 56 will be displayed. Next example, minus 1 to minus 6. It will generate an empty list since the end index is less than start index. Next example, 0 to len of number. The len function returns the number of items in the list. There are 8 items in the list, so the slice operator will work as 0 to 8. So the output will contain all the items from the list 0 to 7. Some more examples using slicing. First example is number 2 to minus 2. The starting index is 2 and the ending index is minus 2. So the items from 87 to 97 will be the output. The next example, the starting index is not specified and the ending index is 5. If the start index is omitted, by default, the start index will be 0. So the items from 0 to 5, that is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 will be displayed. Numbers from 12 to 23 will be the output. In the next example, the end index is omitted here. So this will generate the items from the index 4 to end of the list. The output will be numbers from 4 to 27. Next example is minus 4 colon. The end index is omitted here. So the items will be from minus 4 to the end of the list. Next example, number colon. Here both the start index and end index is omitted. So the output will contain all the items from the list. While slicing, we can give the start, end and an optional step parameter which will give you elements between the index start and n-1 with skipping elements as per the step value. The number of items specified at the step value will be skipped in the output. For example, number of 1, 6 and 2. The item starting from 1 up to 6. That means up to this item will be displayed, but we have specified a skip parameter 2. So the output will contain 56 and the skip parameter 2 will work. 1, 2, this item will be displayed next, and then skip 1, 2, this item 97. So the output will contain 56, 45 and 97. By default, the step parameter is 1. So all the items from the list will be displayed. If the step parameter is 2, one item in the list will be skipped, and if the step parameter is 3, 2 items from the list will be skipped. In the next example, 1, 16 and 4. 16 is not present as the index, so items till the end of the list will be displayed, but a skip parameter 4 is given. So items starting from 1, 56 will be displayed, then 3 items will be skipped, 1, 2 and 3. After that 97 will be displayed. The output will be 56 and 97. Next statement, colon colon minus 1. This statement is used to reverse the list. Hope you have understood the topic. Thank you.